Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you do not know, my name is Lucy Moon. So the other day I was Christmas shopping and I went to look for a present for my sister in Topshop. I didn't find a present, however what I did find is they've relaunched their makeup line. So the reason this particularly interests me is because I used to work for Topshop when I was about 17 and 18. And that was the time when they just launched their new makeup line, their first makeup line, which was just Topshop Beauty, I guess, Topshop Makeup. And I loved it. The beauty nerd that I was, I just adored it. On the last Friday of the month, when I got paid, I would go at the end of my shift into the Topshop makeup section and I'd buy a product as like a little treat for myself. So I've tried a lot of the original products from the Topshop line, and so I'm really interested to see how they've updated it, what they've changed, what they've kept, and I can kind of talk you through the products I've tried before and the ones I'm trying today. I thought today I'd do a whole phase of Topshop makeup that I haven't tried yet from their new line. So I've tried none of this. I'm well excited. So I have bought a full face worth of Topshop makeup. I've bought pretty much a product from each part of the range, like each thing that you do, you know, to your face, like highlighter, blush, bronze, whatever. I've missed out one or two things where it just didn't make sense for me. Like I don't really wear blusher at the moment, so I haven't bought a blush, but pretty much everything is in here that you would need to make a face. I think the only thing I didn't see was a concealer. So there's no concealer, but I have pretty much everything else. All of these products, which is, let's go with 10, came to £89.25. So a full face for 89 quids is not terrible. However, that is with the 25% discount, which is only running for a limited time. The original price points vary between like kind of £9 and about £16. So it's all at that higher end of high street makeup, which I think is a really nice, comfortable point to be at as a brand. I think that like bourgeois, that max factor kind of end of the high street is really good quality a lot of the time for a really affordable price. They got certified Cruelty-Free International, which is great. That's another reason why I was so excited to try it. Let's start with the foundation, which I got in the shade Meringue. So I tested a couple of these. A lot of them came out slightly orangier than I would normally wear. No, pink, in fact, my bad. I'm a very warm undertone, I believe, and so pink undertones do make me look a bit weird. This is the Longwear Liquid Foundation. Also going to clarify, I haven't worn a Longwear foundation in years, so I don't know what's going to happen. Comes in actually a really good amount. Like this is about as much as I remember the MAC Studio Fix Fluid came in. Okay, oh, that looks more like my colour. It looks a little light. I'm going to use my beauty blender. I got a real beauty blender, guys. I'm going up in the world. So I have quite a few dry patches at the moment, which we have to bear with. This is medium to full coverage, I would say. It is sticking to all of my dry patches. I don't think this is a foundation for people who have dry skin. Yeah, I also think this is meant to be applied with a brush, maybe, and not a beauty blender. Okay. 2 pumps has pretty much done my full face in a light coat, and it's going in my crease lines as well really intensely. I think this formula would actually be really, really good on oily skin. This really reminds me of the Studio Fix Fluid. Straight up, not my favourite foundation, but that's absolutely fine though. I wasn't expecting necessarily that this would be, because it's not the kind of one I wear often. They don't have a concealer, or I couldn't see one at least, so I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury. Which one is this? The Retoucher. I always say this, I really like this concealer, but I don't like the applicator. I think if you're going to get one, you should get the Magic one. Is that the new one? Whatever the new one is with the sponge. I also bought this concealer in a shade too dark for me, which is great. I hope everyone's enjoying this behind the ears look. Not my typical, but this is the bronzer, the matte bronzing powder in Mohawk. I actually think this looks like quite a nice colour. I actually quite like that shade on me. I think that's light enough for me. I've just realised just how sheer this is. This is actually quite a nice sheer. It's almost like powder to cream. You probably can't even tell I've done anything right now. Like, it's subtle. But I like that about it. I think if you like me, are a Glossier fiend, the subtlety of this is actually really nice. I really like the colour. I really like how sheer it is. I think at least the light version, which is this one, is very good for people with light skin like me. Indoor people. Okay, so when I went in, there were 3 types of highlighter that they had out. I've tried 2 of them already. The Glow Pot, I think it's called, which I love. Think that's wonderful. Subtle highlight, slightly stronger than the Glossier Haloscope, but I would compare them. And then there's also the powder, like the big powder, one of these. And it's circular, or it was at least back in the day. And it's called, I think, Moonstone, and I used that so much when I was 18. I loved it. So I've tried those both before. It's really nice to see that they're both still there because they are good products. But today I thought I'd try The Liquid Illuminator. It's called a Glow Liquid Highlighter in the shade Misty. This was the only one that I think would have actually worked on my skin because it's so light. I love the packaging. I think that's wonderful. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to use these. I assume I just put some on my finger and then put some on my face. Is this close enough? Maybe a bit closer. Hello. This is very much like a pearlescent baby pink. Okay, it comes into like a powder formula once you put it on the skin. Wow, it's very pretty. It's very bold. Like, this is your Christmas party look right here. But I do like it. It's also quite easy to work with. I'm using my fingers. I'm sure there are better tools to use for this. Can you see that? It's a really lovely pink. It's like a very snowy pink. I tend to put it all on and then blend it out. Oh my god, that's a bit too much. Moon! This is for when you want everyone to be like, oh my god, you look like so good. What are you using? In a way that they're like, oh my god, you're wearing makeup. Your makeup looks so good. I'll put a little bit, oh my god. Basically Rudolph right now. This is actually hard to apply as an upper lip highlight, which is rare. Okay, I'm just gonna try and wipe that off. Great. All over my lips. It's fine, I'm fine. I overdid it on this cheek. I got excited. This will also last you forever. You need the smallest amount. So there is a brow definer. I got the shade Charm. It's like a dark brown. I haven't worked out what this is yet. Okay, it's an absolutely tiny brow brush. That means I'm going to fill my brows in first. So back to the Charlotte Tilbury, which seems to be the other theme of this video. I'm just going to use her Sophisticate palette, this shade right here, and a little angled brush. Thinking about going back to a really neat brow again. I'm trying to decide what to do with it, because I really enjoyed growing them out, but I don't know if it looks cute, you know? It's really cool that we're able to like just be like, oh, I wonder if I can just grow this thing. Like, men get beards, we get eyebrows and pubes. Okay, let's try this brow definer. Now this is the smallest wand I've ever seen on a brow brush. Okay, it does actually pick up the hair quite well. I'm very surprised. Oh god, but look at that, it's too long. I've just gone straight and blotted my, like, whatever this is. Okay, so I already don't like this very much because, oh my god. Great on baby hairs. Absolute nightmare on the front of your, what are they called? It's very pigmented and it has destroyed the front of my brow. Okay, we're just gonna move on to the second one and then I'll go back and try and fix the first. Oh god, it's so pigmented. Oh, it just makes this bit look like I painted it. Just makes the front of your brow look dreadful. Oh my god. That looks horrid. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what I can do with that to make it better. It's so dark and so like, here's my brow. Can you see just how dark that is? It's a particular texture of product that kind of feels like coal. And look at my fingers. There's just so much coming off. I can't fix this right now. I'm just gonna have to leave it, which is great. I bought 3 eye products. I bought 2 of these pencils because when I was younger, I had a pencil that had a name to do with wood. I think it was a glittery brown eye pencil from Topshop, and it was incredible. Like, it just saw me through everything. It was wonderful. It was like steadfast, and it was these similar design and style to this, except they used to be like more of a pencil, like with wood and shit. This shade here is called Underdog, which I love because of Banks. Banks is one of my favourite artists. And then this is Cinder, which is a darker brown. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do a normal neutral eye because that's what I do anyway. I don't really have reference to judge something that isn't a neutral eye. And then I bought a metallic eyeshadow called Sand Dune. I don't think they used to do eyeshadow. They did it in palettes, but I never had a palette. It's like a light metallic brown, so I was going to use this for like the middle of my eye. Let me also put some eyeshadow primer on. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. I did see they had an eye primer, but I don't need one because this is great. Primer is on. Now we try Underdog. I guess I'm just going to scribble it on my eye. Oh, it's such a nice colour. You need quite a lot of it though. I wish I could bring this closer. Maybe I just will. Hello everyone, you're now closer to my face. Can you see that? Because I quite like it. I might try and blend out the edges slightly before it dries down or anything. It's a very tacky feeling eyeshadow and it's not all that pigmented. I was expecting a bit more. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling some slight irritation on this eye. Maybe there's an ingredient my eye doesn't like. Despite the fact that this eye is slightly burning, this eye is actually not burning at all. So we're gonna try some Cinder. Okay, it has made my eyelids so dry. This is like working on actual chalkboard. Okay, that has made my eye super fucking stiff. Oh my god, my eyelids look absolutely so dry. Maybe don't use these with primer. Yeah, I think these aren't designed to be used with primer, so maybe that's the issue. I wish I could blend this more, but honestly it's so hard on my eyes and I don't want them to get irritated, so I'm gonna stop. Popping a tiny bit of this cinder shade on just the underneath of my eye to kind of frame them. The thing is, I love the colours, but like, this is just so uneven and it was so hard to blend. Like, it's such a state, and that's my own fault. I don't think I should have worn primer. Finally, let's try putting on some sand dune in the middle, because that's definitely going to fix this state. Okay, so sand dune's basically the same colour as Underdog, but glittery. That has creased so badly on this eye. So Underdog has a slightly more rosy tone to it. I guess I keep comparing to high-end shadows, and really I should be referring in practice to high street shadows. High street shadows are not that good in my experience. So I think this is actually really good. And like, I look nice and smoky, you know? Like, if I don't close my eyes, I look alright. Let's try mascara. This is called the Intense Mascara. Always curl your lashes to get best application. This is a bristle brush, but is it a bristle brush? It's like a plastic bristle brush. It's like right in the middle of the two. I dread to think how much of this product is currently all over my shirt. It's definitely a lengthening. I wouldn't say it's volumizing. Such a shame, because in the non-cruelty-free part of the high street there are so many incredible mascaras. I would not buy high-end mascaras. I would just buy high street. But unfortunately, I can't use them. It's quite a like firm, sticky formula. Okay, this is 2 coats. I actually feel way more positive than I was expecting to about this mascara. I was expecting the worst because of the brush, but actually it's applied quite well. You can't really tell so much because I'm wearing so much eye makeup. Can you see that? It's like not bad. When I worked at Topshop, the thing I loved the most was the lipsticks. I must have owned maybe 12, maybe 14, 15 of their lipstick formulations. I think the formulations are really, really good. So I think they had 2 formulations. They had a matte and a kind of creamy one. I love both of them. I thought they were amazing. In their new collection, it's pretty much that same lipstick collection. They've added a couple, I guess, over the years, and they seem to have removed a couple. I couldn't find my favourite, which was Infrared back in the day. But they have like quite a few of the similar colours. I still think it's the same formulation. I tried some on my hand, it looks about the same. But they brought out a new type of lipstick called the blush lipstick. So I bought one in the shade Kindred. Of course I've tried it once and lost it. Of course I have. I thought it was going to be a more sheer lipstick. It's actually quite pigmented. I really liked the formula if you wanted something very everyday. But of course I've gone and left it somewhere. So I'll let you know when I find that. But the blush lipstick formula is okay. However, I also, thank God, bought a gloss. This is the Chameleon lip gloss in the shade Epaulette. It says this is a transformative iridescent lip gloss, non-sticky, with a shimmering crystal finish and a duochrome light reflective pigments. So many words. Did anyone ever own the Model's Own nail polishes, the like Beetlejuice nail polishes, where they had all these fun colours that were like, I don't really know how, it's kind of like the holographic nail polishes from Model's Own. Already I've been filming for 43 minutes. This is outrageous. Okay, straight up, this is a fucking glitter gloss. A combo of a metallic and a glitter gloss. It has a smell. Not that much, but it has a smell. I do really like the texture. It's quite thick, but not sticky. So this is not a colour combo or a gloss I would typically reach for, because it's not subtle, basically. And I really like a subtle gloss. I like something that just sits on my lips and is, you know, cute and whatever. However, the formula of this is so comfy. It feels really nice on my lips. Not even remotely sticky. It's almost like powdery, but in a very good way. It's very obviously glittery. Like it's so glittery. But if that's your thing, this is a really nice formula. Okay, let's zoom you back out. So here we have the finished Topshop makeup look. Right, I'm glad I've done it. Unfortunately, like a lot of the products just aren't designed for the kind of makeup that I do, which is a bit annoying. And then 1 or 2 of the products were not good, in my opinion. So my personal highs, this highlighter liquid. This is, I'd say it's probably like the Cover FX like liquid highlighter drops. It seems quite similar in formula. I think this is really nice and a really affordable option for someone who's looking for something that gives that kind of luxurious, like Christmas party glow kind of thing. Or like, I'd say it's like a birthday cake glow. And then this mascara was very impressive if you're looking for much longer lashes. I would say if you have brows like mine, avoid this brow gel. This didn't do me any favors, and it's such a kind of pigmented, but there's this gunkiness to the formula that makes this application up here in the middle, which is kind of the most important part of your brows, it makes it really cat-candid and not good. Is the word cat-candid appropriate to say? It sounds like it'd be a slur or something. I would also just add to that, if you're gonna go and buy stuff in Topshop, the lipsticks are very good. I think that's it. I think we're done. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you've learned something about the Topshop makeup that you didn't already know. If you actually end up buying something, or if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. That would be incredible. And yeah, have a little announcement. I'm gonna make a video every other day in January. I don't know why, but I just fancied it. I thought it'd be really fun. So get ready, motherfuckers, because January is gonna be a big month. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Christmas, and I will see you in January.